Men and women are equally obligated to hear, participate in Tkiyat Shofar. It's true that the source of the obligation is different, but the result seems to be exactly the same. Men are obligated because it's a mitzvah min haTorah. Min haTorah, women might be excused because it's a mitzvah taseh, shazman grama, a mitzvah that is time-bound. However, women insisted on being part of the mitzvah of Tkiyat Shofar. They refused to exclude themselves. And they included themselves in such a manner that they became obligated by the mitzvah of Tkiyat Shofar in a manner that was actually very similar to the obligation of the men. And so today, just as someone who is competent to blow the shofar to do the mitzvah might find himself walking to the old age home or to the hospital on Rosh Hashanah in order to do the mitzvah for those who have no other option. The same thing is true for women. Women who are not able to go to shul, they have young children at home, would establish a separate time which enable them, after the husbands get home from davening, which would enable them, the women, to participate in the blowing of the shofar on Rosh Hashanah. And the person who blows the shofar, the man usually who blows the shofar, is certainly obligated to blow the shofar for the women, just as he might be obligated to blow the shofar for the men. So that the mitzvah and the bracha apply equally to the men and to the women. True that the men accomplish a mitzvah d'oraita. And it's also true that the nature of the obligation of women is a little bit different, since midoraita they are pturot from doing the mitzvah. Nevertheless, in some, there is no difference between the man and the woman. Now, there is a strange aspect to Tkiyat Shofar, and that is that after we blow the shofar, the 30 blasts, after Kriyat Torah, and everybody has actually done what they have to do, min haTorah, we continue and blow the shofar again and again. In the minhag Ashkenaz, we usually blow the shofar again in Chazarat Hashatz of Musaf. Hasidim and Eidot HaMizrach blow the shofar also during the silent Shmona Esrei. And while an argument could be made which says that actually blowing the shofar during the Shmona Esrei of Musaf is preferable, because during Musaf we say the psukim of Malchiyot, Zichronot, and Shofarot. And those psukim that speak about the kingdom of God and the memory of things and the shofar that blew at different times in our history, while it's possible to say that blowing the shofar along with those psukim is the preferred way to do the mitzvah of Tkiyat Shofar, and that the Rishonim point out, Tosfot and the other Rishonim point out, that this is probably the preferred way of doing the mitzvah. Nevertheless, we have already accomplished that mitzvah by hearing the 30 blasts after Kriyat Torah, when there are no psukim, and we don't say Malchiot, Zichronot, and Shofarot. Nevertheless, trying to grab the string at both ends, we say 30 blasts of the shofar. We say 30 blasts of the shofar after Kriyat Torah, and then we say another 30 blasts with Malchiot, Zichronot, and Shofarot during Chazarat Hashatz.